Yeah, I tried to, I strive to when my son was born, and try to get on that path with him and all of that, but it didn't last. And now he's the type of person that right now he'll tell me that he needs some meat. Like, what do you say to people when they tell you, nah, I know my body and all this type of shit? Like, I had one of the gods, this fucking god. I don't even fuck with this cat no more because he's fucking corny. But anyway, he used to come over here and tell me about how, um, and he's fat, okay? And he's fat, overweight ass motherfucker telling me about, no, I know my body. I have to have meat. Like you some people, some people have to have it as if, you know, there's different types of human beings and different types of you know, I don't know, way people process shit. And he's the type that he had to eat meat. Meanwhile, I'm telling him about, silverback gorillas and shit like that that'll fucking rip your arm off and beat you with it. And they've never eaten meat in their life. These are
Right.
straight herbivores and all of this type of shit. So how do we explain that, to these people? Do you need meat for protein?
Well,
Or do some people need meat?
you know, we definitely don't need meat in order to get protein because 99.9% of fruits and vegetables have protein. One of the misconceptions that, for example, a watermelon, seeds and all, is about 28 grams of protein for a medium-sized watermelon, right? A lot of people look at a watermelon and they think it's just a refreshing fruit to refresh, when you're in a hot day or something like that.
Right.
But of course, it has the micronutrients. It has a lot more to it, the fiber. So what happens is when people start to, let's say, do more vegan, vegetarian style eating, they feel like they're bloating or their stomach is not digesting properly. What tends to happen is that now you're getting a lot more fiber in your intake, in your nutritional intake than you had before because you're eating meat, you're not getting fiber. So that's just sitting in your intestines, rotting, letting out all that was put into that animal at the time of its slaughter is going right into your system. So when you're getting protein from fruits and vegetables, get fiber. So fiber is slowing down the digestion process or kind of allowing the nutrients to be absorbed more efficiently, but then it's also breaking down everything and kind of pushing that waste out. A lot of times when we increase our fiber so drastically, the body doesn't know how to respond to it. So you have to do it over time. Now, would I say everybody doesn't need to eat meat? There's people that have to. I don't even know if there's most haven't fully given it its full run. They can say they have. You hear stories. People go vegan, then they
I
change.
tried it. It didn't work. But how about you? Maybe you didn't do it right.
There you
How
go.
about it wasn't balanced or some shit like that? And you fucking just tried to eat, you know, broccoli all day.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And you might be eating the wrong shit. It might not be the right, you know, alkaline, all of that type of shit that goes into it. So what are okay, someone like me, what are some foods that I could start eating some plant-based proteins? And I don't know, I don't even like saying plant-based
Yeah.
because that's a new code word for the bullshit. Okay? Like when they saying something is plant-based, your boy Bill Gates probably has something to do with it. Stop fucking with this impossible meat and these beyond burgers and all that fucking stupid shit. Like trust me, these motherfuckers are not out here to try to make you healthy. Um so yes, what are some you know plant protein that someone could eat to try to help
I mean,
this,
one
that?
of the most simplest one is a Caribbean thing. It's a Mexican thing. Rice and beans. Rice and beans is a good balance because you're getting amino acids as well. And then you have a simple peanut butter and whole wheat bread. That's something simple with a little agave, or if you like honey, you eat honey, because in the vegan world, honey is, there's some who eat it and some who don't.
Right, because they'll say it's made from bees and blah 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 blah. Right.
Bees
well, and but isn't wheat supposed to be bad? Is it wheat like
well, we can't. I think some people do
modified or shit like that?
have like a, what is it called? The terminology. I forgot the terminology. It slips on mine right now. Celiac disease, where they have a celiac affinity to gluten, and that's coming from wheat. Because usually gluten is another form of protein, which is wheat protein that vegan vegetarians eat because it's very high in protein. But some people, it clogs their system. Now, mind you, a lot of this goes down to our internal gut, our gut biome, our gut bacteria. Usually our gut isn't healthy enough to absorb the nutrients from these different food sources, and it causes us to have problems with it, right? So those are some of the things that you work on first. You work on your gut, and usually you need to increase your probiotics or increase your good bacteria down there. Nowadays, we're killing all the good bacteria just by what we're eating. And
now, when most people hear increase your probiotics, they think of commercials they've seen that always associates with yogurt and back to dairy. So where can we get probiotics that from not a dairy source?
Now, actually, there's plenty of it. One of the fastest ways to actually increase your gut health is slowly going raw and going more alkaline, meaning increasing your fruit, raw vegetable intake. Because throughout that process, you're healing your intestines, you're healing your stomach, you're healing your body from the inside out. And as you do that, you can start to slowly introduce things like lentils and chickpeas and split peas or things of that nature that provide an increase when it comes to the protein intake that you're looking for. And these things, as you slowly you need to always consume your raw fruits, raw vegetables on a consistent basis. And I think it's a lot of times people forget to do is you can get protein from those fruits and vegetables, but their caloric density is very low. So you need to eat more of them. But if you're slowly doing it, you're not causing such a rise in your fiber intake, especially if you're a person who hasn't really had that fiber intake from the beginning. Most of us probably aren't getting 25 grams to 30 grams of fiber per day, which is normally the average that you need in order to have a consistent bowel movement, consistent waste removal. And most of us, there's a lot of people that don't use the shoulda
in a week or some shit, right?
Yo, that's
crazy to me. That's crazy.
When I meet people like, man, I don't go to the bathroom every day. What?
Yeah, you bugging. You bugging. You don't have that good shit time.
Right.
You don't have that good fucking sit down with yourself. You can just get with self and think on the shitter. That's your problem. You got so much problems built in mentally and physically.
Taking in shit, ain't letting it out.
Mentally or physically.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I can't front. I feel like I shit every day. And I've been doing that for a long time. And that's why I feel like I can't necessarily gain weight the way certain people can. Like my metabolism is just fast or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if I start eating a lot of stuff, I gotta go take a shit. Make room for what's coming in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. So, yeah. So I don't really, you know what I mean? The last time, like when I used to eat meat, steaks and shit like that, my heaviest, I was like 180.
How tall are you?
5'11.
Okay, yeah, that's still pretty small when it comes
to Right, but people was calling me big man at that time, like, you know, because I was working out and all that. You know, I wasn't fat at all. Like I was diesel. You know what I mean? But yeah, once I start fucking with red meat and all that type of shit, and then you know,
Yeah, because I have clients they want to lose weight. This one of my most recent clients, he is about 260, about 6'1".
mm,
And once he went vegan, his weight started to change. His body, he started feeling better, and he said he never went back. And he's been doing it for about 2 years now, and he's still able to put on muscle. And his goal now is to get down to about 230, 220.
that's what's up. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of times when people go vegan, it's to do the opposite,
Right.
to lose weight as opposed to gain weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're losing. What you start to lose is you lose the inflammation, all that inflammation, all that extra waste that when you're, because what he notices, yeah, he changed before he changed to going vegan. He noticed his blood pressure was still high, his cholesterol still high, but he was losing weight. Then once he went vegan, all that changed too, and so now he's on a better platform, and now what we do is build from that. And so a lot of things too. A lot of people don't know how to train. They think they know what they're doing in that gym, but they don't.
Mm,
And, there are certain movements that promote putting on muscle. If you're just in there doing something and you're just going from what you see on the gram or whatever else, and you haven't been efficiently shown how to do the movement properly, it's like you're practicing the wrong method, which will lead to an injury later on down in life, and now you're done. So you have to be able to do things properly. And a lot of times, I think their ego gets in the way of them actually reaching out for assistance, even if it's just for a short term, to get them on that right path. Because
right.
if you're lifting properly, eating enough food, vegan, you can build muscle because it's just nutrition. It's protein, carbohydrates, fats, micronutrients. And on the vegan plant-based lifestyle, you're getting a lot more micronutrients than you would be if you were eating more of a carnivorous style diet.